Welcome to episode 511 of this series where I play the regions of Europe one by one on GeoGuessr. Doing so in a tennis match format as outlined in the rules you saw in the introduction. Basically meaning, in order for me to score points in this kind of match play, I have to play rounds of 5,000 points each on GeoGuessr, and I have to do so within 5 minutes for each round. Initially, the total game time of 5 rounds will be 25 minutes, but every time I play a 1,000-point round, I knock a minute off that. And finally, if I finished the previous episode with a 1,000-point round, I knocked 1 minute off the total game time in the next episode. So I did score 5,000 points in the first round in Hungary yesterday. And today we are going to one of these territories that are being governed outside Europe by countries in Europe. And we go into the Avannaata Kommunia. And that is, excuse me, well, it's up here. Yes, we're in Greenland. And that's not really the place you want to go when the action starts heating up at the end of a match. So currently, me and the game are 2 sets apiece. I am leading 5 games to 4, and we are 40-30 to me in the current game. And I am fairly convinced that I will see the game draw level with me and a little bit away, because Greenland is just insanely hard to play. And so let's get down to sort of the data of Avannaata, which has, let's see, Avannaata has, if I could just get the data up on my screen here, that would be lovely. I was supposed to get the data up, but I had it earlier. Let's see if I can get it now. No? Then you will have to forgive me for that moment, and I will pull it up on the side. Okay, so Avannaata is 522,700 square kilometers. Yep, that's 500,000 square kilometers. And the total population in 2024 was 10,846 people living there. And the capital of Avannaata is the town of Ilulissat, which is, let's see, it's down here somewhere. Yeah, it's way down south here. And here you can, well, it's, let's see, and Ilulissat has a total of, if I can get it, everything I'd set up for before this episode has got scrambled somehow. Anyway, so Ilulissat has just shy of 5,000 inhabitants, and there's 4,963 people living there as of 2024. And the trouble with this map, I've been looking around a little bit, because I want to go into this sort of prepared, rather than ill-prepared or not prepared at all, as we've done in the with Greenland. So in the past games, we've been stuck at sea for a lot of the time, and you can see here in Ilimanak, and here at Ilulissat to some extent, we will be out to sea also around this island up here. And but there's another thing about Greenland, and that is that a lot of these communities, when they are covered, they are, well, sometimes the layers are woefully misplaced, like you can see here in Upernavik. Oh, no, sorry. There are 2 Upernaviks. Why are all the examples I'm pulling now all well aligned? There are some examples here of the entire community being placed way out at sea, according to the map, and that's going to be fun. Of course, half the fun is trying to figure out where on earth you are. This, for instance, I don't think this is a boat going out to sea. I think this is supposed to be on land. So, and there's a lot of this going on. Entire communities being placed out in the sea. So, and there's a lot of these tiny communities spread across Avannaata. So, There will be, first, the issue is that the Greenlanders are, I guess they don't really have much need for signs telling them where they are. So unless you can find a school or a parish hall or a supermarket or something that has it on it of the village, you will have a hard time figuring out where you are. So yeah, 5 minutes per round. I think that is going to be way, way, way too little. But we have to do this, so I can only hope that I can get a couple right. Okay, so at least we're in a community, and we got a big island off to the west. And let's see, it seems like a fairly orderly community. Now let's see if we can. Let's see. That looks like the village is getting a little denser in this direction. There's a there was a notice board, but unfortunately we cannot access that. Let's see if we can find something that resembles a general store, a drugstore, a grocery store of some kind. There's something officialese on that building. Let's see, that is probably not going to help me. It says Nukisior Filia, something like that. And that is not the name of a community, that is probably a name of the services. Yeah, probably a fire brigade and a snow clearing crew. Okay, here we're coming down into something. Oh, we got flags. It's another thing with the same logo. These flags, oh, they're just company banners. Right, let's see that. So normally the shop would be down by the harbor. But then again, this is Greenland. That could well be the post office. For all I know, that building could have been a grocery store. But this is by no means a big community, that's for sure. They have streetlights though. So how many people would I say live here? Because that also has a bit of some bearings on where I should be looking. Let's see, I was still a little closer to figuring out which community this is. Let's see. There's something. Piler Suisok. I don't think that's the name of a community either. But let's see. There was something I noticed when I was looking at this map earlier. Let's see, what did Elimanak and Ilolisat. Let's see, I wonder. Was it? Aha, here we are. Pilar Suisuk. Okay. But how? Ah, yes, now. Of course, now the problem is that this whole community should be on this island and has been wrongly placed. So the only thing I got to go by now is I have the grocery store here. Well, I don't know if that is a grocery store actually. That could actually be the hotel, for all I know. So let's see. What does it say? That's a big building over there. So can I get... What does it say here at the pillars? It doesn't look like a hotel, but then again, what would in a place like this? And what's that? And what's this? This could be the grocery store. There's a kiosk. That's probably that. So, okay. Normally I wouldn't take a punt, but here I am pretty much reduced to taking one. So, and I'll take a punt within the time, but I have a feeling that this is all horribly wrong. I'm gonna say we're there.
Ouch.
Well, that does make a lot more sense. That's for sure. So I guess, let's see, so school, Conic Church, Conic Supermarket. So this is Thule, in old, or Karnak today, which is where, this is the area where the US at least used to have an Air Force base in the Cold War. I don't know if they still got one, but I don't think they do. Wow, okay, that was, yeah, should have and could have, but I didn't, so I couldn't have. So, anyways, we're at deuce, and but at least I should be able to recognize Karnak again if we are placed there. Yeah, I totally did not see that coming. Although, given we saw this big island out in the fjord, I should have taken a little time, because in my mind, and that's the problem with my mind, it plays tricks on me again at times, I was thinking maybe that one, or maybe even Disco Island, but then again you can see Disco Island would have had a huge front up against this, so that is just very, very, very bad thinking on me. And well, 24 minutes still on the clock. Oh, this is a small community. And if I am able to find this one. Okay, so we're on an island somewhere, I would think. Pakutak. That is not the name of a place. But I have a feeling this is a somewhat nasty one. And if it is if we are where I think we are, let's see, is that the steeple of a church I see over there? That could make things a little more optimistic. Yeah, that is definitely a church. Okay, so I think we have learned that this is actually the name of a, yeah, that is probably a grocery store chain. Okay, so we're not in Karnak this time. So I got thoroughly fooled by that thing. Yeah, so that is the storage, harbor storage thingy on the Pilesuizuk. But I'm wondering, could there be any information here I can make use of? I do have a notice board here at the shop, but no. And that's what it says over here. But I don't think that is, no, that's not going to help me either. Okay, let's head into this area of the village. Looks like the harbor is down there. There's a building with something on it. Oof, and the movement is slow. I guess it's just a bloke we're walking with a GoPro or something. Okay, this is interesting. Here it might... Ooh, that is not the name of the place. But we could still... possibly... maybe... Did it say Napak or something? Napat Atu Arfia. No, that is not a name of a place. last? Well, we can still look. Let's see. Team Arctic, not very helpful. Kind of looks like a cross between a school and some kind of. Okay, and I guess it says the same here. Kuyanak, that is also not the name of a place. Okay, the harbor seems to be down here. Possibly. But I need some houses with some information. And that is very, very sparse here. Let's see if we can find anything up this hill then. No. Okay, so we've got a tiny island to the southwest out in the fjord here. And then there's a massive piece of land. Let's get down to the sea. There's a massive piece of land over on the other side here. And then it's open to the south, and it kind of looks like it's open to the ocean. Let's have a better look. Yeah, that's definitely open towards the ocean to the south. So let's entertain the idea of being close to Disco again. And maybe not in Ilulissat, but how about Ilimanak? That does not work, because the church is in the wrong place. And we're definitely not in Ilulissat, because that is a proper larger place. So it doesn't look like we are in any of these places. How about... So this whole thing is almost to the south. I know we're out of time, but that's pretty much... How about Upernavik? No, that's not it, because then we would have land to... we would have land to the west as well. So we have land to the west, we have land about... And it's quite an extensive piece of land as well. Yeah, then there's nothing until we get to Karnak again, and that is not the right place. So it must be somewhere in one of the southern communities. Okay, so we are not in Ilimanak, because we want to have... Could we be in Sakak? Sakak is a place. It's got about 150 people living in it. And except for the lack of this tiny island, it does provide us with a view to the south. Let's see, maybe we should have gone back to... This is going to cost me a lot of time, but I do not really expect to be making much headway on Greenland regardless. So, well, let's see if we can get a view up here. Yeah, there is land to the east. So if I can get a proper... Oh, I actually put the bench up here? Yeah. Well, that's quite a panorama, isn't it? Let's have a look here. Wow. Okay, so that's a fairly low island to the southeast. And there's land to the east. There seems to be fairly open waters, and then there's this big piece of land, a chunk of land to the west. So big chunk of land to the west. There seems to be some land to the south. Definitely land to the southeast. So we're not in Kekertak. That's also a community with about 100 souls. And yeah, well, let's try and remember what the supermarket was. We're not here. And we're not in Avannaata either. How about Satot? That is a community, but it's facing the wrong direction. No Gatsiak. That's also a community, but the land is all on the wrong place. In the wrong place. And Ilorsuit is abandoned. Kangarsuk is not a populated place. Kangarswatsiak. That is a habitated area. But that doesn't match what we see. Then we got Upernavik, but that doesn't have the big landmass to the west. The Swisak is populated, but it doesn't have a free view to the south. And all of these places are wrong. So that leaves us with the southern communities again. And I don't quite like the idea of Sakak. But well, the Sakak is wrong. It's not the right. Well, actually, it could be. It probably isn't, but it could be. I'm gonna go with Sakak. Well, at least I found the right place. But how could the target be way down there when we were way up from the sea? Advantage goes to the game. I still have 24 minutes on the clock, but that is gonna be pretty useless. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at Ilulissat. If we are in Ilulissat, we should have, let's see, view to the southwest. That works. But there should be like a bay. Well, if we are here, about, let's say for starters that we are there. That could work. And this is humongous. Well, I don't know how humongous it is, but it's a large building at least. Okay, so we're walking on the beach. Supposed to be a memorial stone here, but that doesn't really work, does it? Okay. We could be in Ilulissat, but we could also be elsewhere. Excuse me. What does it say there? Oh no. It's one of those, is it? It says something Rivik. Rivik. So that's an old Danish name, which doesn't help me, but it's been a factory of some sort. So now we just spent 1 minute 44 seconds on nothing. Okay, so this is definitely one of the larger places, but I'm not so sure that this is Ilulissat. It could be, for instance, in Avannaata, maybe? Let's see. Oh man, the bloke with the thingy is going really slow up this hill. Right, yeah, we're not gonna be making any headway on this one, are we? Oh man, this is slow. What does it say here? Ubeka. And of course, it goes in leaps and bounds. Yeah, that doesn't. Wait, but there's a map here. Is it? Oh no, it's not. Koravik nope. Ay, where do we go? Oh, this seems to be the main road. This is the local church. Just saw the cross on the top of the very low steeple. Oh, the very low bell tower, rather. Why does this go in leaps and bounds? Like, well, not leaps. It's like one moment it's crawling along, and the next it's making a huge jump. So, okay, we have to do like this. That's third-party photography all the way. That's a big building coming up. What's that? Is that the local school, maybe? Utatuarfik. Pilervik School. Is what now? And Kalalit Nunat, that's the local name for Greenland. Atuarfik. Well, things are suggesting that Atuarfik is the name of the place. But, I cannot recall having seen that name anywhere in my preparation here. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but because, well, it does, but I'm not so sure that Atuarfik is. Still not very sure that's the name of the place. And we are timing out again. Mainly because we have no clue as to where we are. But we're definitely not in Ilulissat. That is very, very certain. So we are in yet another south-facing community, which makes sense because that's in the direction of the sun. There are some low islands on the horizon to the. Oh wait, it's not south-facing; it's west-facing. Yeah, so we do have that thingy towards the southwest, and there's rather substantial land in the northwest. And this is as far as we get. Okay, can I? Yes, I can. Does it help me? No. Greenland. That's exactly what you expect. Unfortunately. In my case. This is a cemetery. No, I am right clueless as to where this is. Okay, so we're not in Ilulissat. Could we be in Ilimanak? And that does not look very likely. So how about Kekertak? No, that's not it. We got this Ritenbank, but I think that is an abandoned community from long ago. Okay, so then we got Omanak, but that is much too large. Can Come on. Give. And let's see, how about these communities down here? Also seems unlikely. Yes, no, that's not it. Okay, no gods, yeah, no, that doesn't have any people anymore. And here we are way out by the sea. We're not in Upernavik either. How about Tassisuak? There's been a factory there, but or how about Inarsuit? Except that the habitation here is not. Oof. We're not in Nuosusuak either, or in Kunorsuak. And we're not in Karnak. What about Saatut? No, we need some land, and we don't have enough land. And Womanak is too large. We're not in Sakak, and we are most likely, definitely not in Kekertak. And I put, yeah, still in Ilulissat. This is a puzzler of the first degree. So we got some major land to the northwest. We got some low island there to the northwest. We got something low to the southwest, and then we got mountains to the south, in the southwest direction. I could be stuck here for days. What about Ukusissat? That might actually work. It doesn't look quite right, but let's put myself there. It was the right place. Huh. How about that? But unfortunately, that means that the game gets the game point. So now we're level at 5-5, and I'm going to be love 30 down. Fortunately, that means we'll have to play to 7 to win the set. But still. Okay. 24 minutes on the clock, and those are spent. This has a good shot at being Ilulissat. I mean, the roads are paved. We got apartment buildings. We got a big Hotel Arctic. Let's see that. Excuse me. There's another Hotel Arctic here. That does very much look at the part. So that should mean, looks like there might have been some development here since Hotel Surma. Okay. I'm sorry, my throat keeps itching and itching and itching right now. So there's that road, right? Yes, there's that house and that house. And then there's a house missing. And the question is that supposed to be there, or is it supposed to be there? And no, I believe we are here. Yay! 5k round in Greenland. Woohoo! But still, the point that particular round goes to the game because I'm over time. Love 15. Oh, wow. Let's see if there's a viewpoint up here. What do they have up here? Do they have like a helipad or something? Well, I do have one of those windsocks, or whatever they call it. And that kind of looks to be the entire extent of the community, doesn't it? Some there and some there. There's a supply ship or something out there. Yeah, this is a helipad. Wow, this is bleak. So could this be... So let's see, is that a lake or is it the sea? Yeah, that's a lake. Interesting. There's a lake and then a sea on either side. A little hard to say whether this is an island itself or not. Okay, so let's head this way first. Cemetery. And what was that? Oh, wait. I see something starting with a Q and a U, so, but that would not be it then. Let's see then. So, looks like the harbor is on the opposite side of this little lake though. So, wow, this is a bleak community. And there we have, I think we have the logo we saw earlier in the first round. Yep. Probably concerning public services and stuff, I think. Ooh, this is grim. Wow. Look at this place. And this is probably at the height of some, well, not quite. I guess we are in what passes for early spring here, which might be, hello doggy, which might be late June, early July maybe. And then we're just walking out on into nowhere. Wow. Okay, can we have a look at the... Right, so yeah, there's a church down there. So yeah, we should be going that way. And see what's what. So where on earth are we? Yeah, I can see why they wouldn't feel very compelled to put up signs telling hello kids to tell where we are. So let's see, what did I say, the church? Oh, that's the church over there. This might have been the school. But I'm fairly certain they would have a grocery store here. Let's see. No, no, no. None of that. Come on. Come on. Please. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to put the name on the church to tell people that it is a church. Yeah, not gonna find anything here either. Okay, then there's only one way to go, and that's the road down towards the sea by what I assume is the school or some community hall. And then it starts snowing. Yeah, this is definitely not a tourist place, that is for sure. So we're at the... these blue buildings kind of look a little officialese, but devoid of any useful information. Not a single sign. How about down here then? Nope. Here we're coming up in a local grocery store. And there's a local pier. And absolutely no signs. No, that's the name of the... No, that's the name of the grocery store chain again. But here we have... For a moment I thought it was a map. Post Greenland. But please, 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 can you list the name of this place here somewhere? Like on that thing. Nope. Well, you don't need to know where you are in order to know that you got a shop here. Oh no. Did you go into caching again? There we go. Alright. Yeah. And that is the end of the road. Wow. Okay, only got one option now left to see if I can find the name, and that is whether there is any information up here about the helipad. If not, I will have to start scouring the map for a community that has a tiny lake in its midst. Yeah, but there are no buildings here on this helipad. Just fuel drums. Okay, so to the west we got pretty much nothing. To the north we have land. We have got a couple of islands out here. Got a fjord coming in, and then we have the little lake, and then there's another fjord on the other side. Okay, let's start with Upernavik. Which is it not? It is not. Okay, then we start in the south. We are not in the Ilulissat Ilmanak, that is for sure. We're not in Kekertak, and we're not in Sakak. We've been there. Nor are we in any of these places. And we're not in Uummannaq, because this is way too small. And we're not in the Saartot. And then we have to get a little creative in our search. This place is abandoned. Yes. And we want to be towards the sea. We're not in Kangarsuk. We're not in... Well, we could be in this Upernavik, actually. Could we? No. Well, actually, yes, we could be. We could well be. Let's see, to the southeast. Doesn't quite rhyme. We've got land to the north. To the east, there is land. That's a bit off, a bit away. And then to the west, we got land as well. Gonna put myself there for now. Let's see. Kangerswatsiak might be a little too populated. And we figured that it wasn't Pernavik. Well, how about Najat? No, that's not. And then there's Inarsvit, which it is either. And Tasuisak doesn't look the part, neither does Nota Armiot. Nor does Nususak. No. This place is not habitated. Kurswasak. Well, that's a place with about 500 inhabitants. So that's not it either. Because this place, if this place has 100, that'll be the extent of it. Okay, let's, there are a couple, but, well, we've got Kekertat. Well, that's not Kekertak. No, I am gonna go with... No, wait a minute, this place is not covered. It only has... Now I remember, it only has a photosphere. So it can't be there. Either. We're not here. In Ikarasak. Or... No, all the directions are wrong. How about Kangerluk? Nope. I'm starting to run out of alternatives. Nugsuak is not... And Nusak doesn't fit the bill. Agpat doesn't work. It's not inhabited either. Yeah, we're definitely running out of options here. I think I'm about to say that we're in a place I know that we aren't. Because that's the only thing that remotely makes sense. Unless No, we're not in Apilatok either. The directions are all wrong. Naayat. As far as I know, there's no people living there. Or at least that's the information I got. Tasuizak. 261 inhabitants apparently, so that doesn't quite work. This place is not supposed to have any people. No Swak. Could be large enough, but the thingies are in all the wrong places. Igdul actually does not fit. Kolodsuak is a much too big a place. So that means we are left with the one place I strongly believe we are not in. And it's Kekertat. We're not in Kanak. There just isn't enough islands around here. So yeah. Yep, I'm gonna leave the marker where I put it. Okay, so we were in... Oh wow. Nusuak. Right. Well, I had absolutely no way of figuring that, given the information this gives me. So, that's some wicked misalignment. That's what you'd expect out of Greenland anyway. So, yep, that's love 30, and I'm not looking good for the remainder of this match, am I? So, at least I'll have the full 25 minutes tomorrow, given that I didn't finish on a very good one. Actually, I have to be quite pleased with getting close on 3 occasions in this one. Greenland is notoriously hard to play, so yeah, I'm somewhat satisfied, even if it took an age and a half, and well, the results speak for themselves. But anyways, let's see if we can at least pull back some tomorrow when we come to episode 512 and see if I can get into the driver's seat of winning this particular match. So until then, bye bye.